Welcome to the 12th episode of Civics 101. I'm Allison, a current internet issue voter. Throughout the next 14 weeks, we're sharing 3-minute, nonpartisan, accessible explanations of how our government functions, with the belief that civic education strengthens both government accountability and democracy itself. Today we are covering federalism. Simply defined, federalism is a system of government in which power is divided between a national or federal government and individual state governments. Each level has its responsibilities and can make law in certain areas. In the United States, federalism is explicitly outlined in the Constitution. For example, the 10th Amendment establishes that any powers not directly granted to the government are reserved to the states or the people. Another nuance of federalism lies in concurrent powers, which establishes that powers delegated to the federal government can be exclusive, but they can also be exercised by the states' governments as well. The Supremacy Clause establishes federal law as superior to state law. Particular powers are generally believed to belong to the federal government, including taxes and tariffs, borrowing money on behalf of the nation, regulating foreign and interstate commerce, coining and regulating the value of money, declaring war and maintaining armed forces, conducting foreign affairs and diplomacy, and establishing immigration and naturalization laws. Just as there are certain powers reserved for the federal government, there are certain domains in which the state traditionally operates. Some of these domains include creating local government, regulating intrastate commerce, and creating and maintaining public schools. However, there are limitations to the powers granted to the states. As previously stated, any conflict between state and federal law ultimately falls under the Supremacy Clause. The federal government gets the final say. Along with the powers allotted to either federal or state government, there are those considered concurrent powers, meaning those in which both sectors of the government have jurisdiction. Examples of these powers include taxation, passing and enforcing laws, education, spending, and establishing the courts. The divisions of powers between federal and state governments may seem to be mere technicalities, but their complexity is scarcely understood. For the public to engage effectively with modern policy issues, it is essential to know which level of government holds authority over what particular matter. Political influence as a citizen of the United States depends on directing efforts to the appropriate officials, whether that is a state representative, governor, senator, or member of Congress. While the Constitution outlines a clear division between state and federal governments, real-world legislation often demonstrates a more complex overlap. Knowing which level of government is responsible helps voters make informed decisions and advocate effectively. By staying engaged and informed, citizens can better influence the policies that shape their everyday lives. For further reading, check out our blog article on Medium, Understanding Federalism, the Divide Between National and State Authority. Thank you for joining us for the 12th episode of Civics 101. Issue Voter is a nonpartisan platform that makes civic engagement accessible, efficient, and impactful. Visit issuevoter.org to learn more. Sign up to stay up to date with legislation and make your voice heard.